Uh, Thank you. I definitely cannot sing, but I can speak for hours. That's true. If you could put the short video, please, before I start. Thank you. So, if you can open the PowerPoint presentation, it would be lovely. Well, good morning, church. My name is Mirzabek. I'm coming here with my wife, Zalina. We are both coming from the Uzbekistan. Probably you have heard about the stands, and you're wondering around what it is, but you guys also have this in your countries. I mean, New Zealand, Poland, England, and Finland. So the stand means land. So this is the land of Kazakhs, the land of Uzbek, the land of Turkmens, the land of Tajiks, and the land of Kyrgyz. So this whole place called Central Asia, and Uzbekistan is in the middle. Well, population of Uzbekistan may be twice bigger than Australia. We are 40 million people, and more than half of that population, which will be about the 20 millions, are less than 18 years old. Just imagine how young its population it is. So it's about the 4 million, and half of them less than 18 years old. Well, there's two things that unite this region. One, they all been part of the Soviet Union. You will probably have heard about the communism. So from 1925 till the 1991, till the collapse of Soviet Union, all these countries being part of the Soviet Union. If you go today in any of these countries, you will find remnants or heritage of the communist Soviet world. So all of these been part of the Soviet Union for the 70 years. Therefore, Russian is the lingua franca for all of us. Education is still in Russian, and also in our own languages as well. There's also another thing that unites these territories, their religious identity. All the Soviet world was kind of the Orthodox, then atheist, but this part of the world remained Islamic. And today, majority of the population in this country are Muslims. 97 in Uzbekistan, 96 in Kazakhstan, and Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Turkmenistan are still the same. So this is the majority Islamic countries, and 96% in Kazakhstan, 97 in today's Uzbekistan. That's I think probably whole about the Central Asia, and these two identities somehow coexist together. They overlap in the life of the people. There's some beautiful picture of Uzbekistan. If you have heard about the Great Silk Road, which went from China to Europe, basically went through Uzbekistan. We have the cities that more than 2,000 years. Like Bukhara and Samarkand, you can find some of the places. Here on bottom on the right side, we have Tashkent, capital, which is quite modern city, and the people are in the outside of the mosque. This is the other pictures from Uzbekistan. You can see the beautiful buildings here, some of the heritage here, and Tashkent as well here. But my wife is coming from a different territory. She's coming from North Caucasus. Well, North Caucasus is between Black and Caspian Sea. You can see here Georgia. There will be Azerbaijan down here, and Turkey here. So this whole territory of the North Caucasus between Black and Caspian Sea, and more than 150 ethnic groups are living there. All of them are Muslim, even though they are in Russia today. This is the South Russia, but a Muslim majority part of the South Russia, and more than 150 ethnic groups are living there. and only 3 are Christians. Georgian, Armenian, and North Ossetian. The rest, 147 ethnic group are Muslims. So this is her hometown, Nalchik. She's coming from the Kabardino-Balkaria. She's a Kabardinian ethnic. By ethnicity, I'm a Tajik by ethnic group, but we speak Russian language as a common language between us. That's my family, my extended family. A picture was made a year ago, and I would like to stop here. God gave me a chance to pursue my education. I was a teenager. I was 17 years old when I left the country, and I returned back exactly 10 years after. Well, at that time, we didn't have the possibility for theological training. And I went to the West to receive my degree, and I didn't expect it will take me a decade exactly, 10 years to return back. Well, in 2022, we returned back together with my wife. I'm still doing my studies. I would appreciate your praise for that. I'm a part-time PhD student in Oxford, in the UK, so I would appreciate your prayer about that. Well, when we returned back, I realized the big need for young people to be discipled and trained, especially when it comes to the family pressure that they're experiencing. Conversion is a hard thing in Uzbekistan. One of the reasons for that, because of the ethno-religious identity, which means your ethnicity will define your religious identity. So if you're Uzbek, it means you're Muslim. If you're Kyrgyz, it means you're Muslim. If you're Tajik, it means you're Muslim. By default, no discussion. If you're Russian, then you're Orthodox. If you're Koreans, we have some of the Korean diaspora people, then you're Presbyterians. But when they're coming to the conversion issue, for them is the high point coming, because for them is the people who are converting to Christianity, they experience the suffering, persecution, rejection from the society and from family. Well, we used to be a very close country from the 1991 till the 2017. We had the president who'd been ruling the country for 27 years. I told you about the communist heritage. This is the primary kind of the result of the Soviet Union and the way the policy is happening in our part of the world. So we had a very close country. At that time, it was very, very hot. It was like North Korea. But in 2007, he died, and Prime Minister became a president. Now we have less government from the pressure, but more government from society. But anyway, anything you do for Christ in Uzbekistan will be illegal. Conversion is from 5 to 7 years. Religious materials from 6 to 5 years. Mission activity for 10 years imprisonment. That's actually, the government is very controlling religious activity, and the government is controlling these ethnical borders. So don't engage with indigenous people, with Uzbek, Kazakh, or Tajik, or Kyrgyz. For Russian, it's okay. They can have their own Russian church, Orthodox church we have in Tashkent as well, and for Korean as well, Presbyterian churches. Well, when we come back, we decided to do something with the young people, especially those who get converted. If they're not nurtured or discipled, there will be a high chance for them not to walk with Christ because of their family issue. So there has to be a person alongside for them and disciple and train them. And we launched a School of Leadership and Discipleship. It's a program for young people that we opened in 2022. Also, we opened another cohort in a Fergana Valley. You can see different settings. Somewhere this is in the Russian churches, somewhere just at home with someone, somewhere in the Presbyterian churches. When I was in the West, I was there faculty member, teaching and training. In that university, I met my wife. I also involved in different other outreach, which is camp and also young student fellowship. We are actually working among the young people, non-believers in particular. So we would appreciate your prayer about us. We also open another cohort this year in Kazakhstan. In south part of Kazakhstan, there's about 50 young people who go through the training that we provide for them. We also have a big dream. That's for the Uzbekistan, in particular for Tashkent. We are dreaming about our own place to start with working with young people. I have an apartment of 45 meters square, and there's a lot of people every time. We do the church there. We started a new church in Tashkent. There's about 20 people are coming there. So we do it because we're not allowed actually to have a registration. the government is not giving us a possibility to be a church in a more formal and registered way. So this is the reason we do it in a home group. So we have only my apartment, 45 meters square, and another place where we meet. So without dreaming about having our own place, that will be lovely to have it, especially in our Uzbek Tashkent context. We are planning of having a coffee shop which provides us a covering for the government, but at the same time we can do a lot of other activities that we are planning actually to do. We are really passionate for young people, for young generation, to reach them and to disciple. They would appreciate your prayers for that. Thank you.